Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Checking Boxes. Start off as usual with our social. As with every video I post, all of these books are available. You can either drop me a comment below, or if you want to stay more private, just shoot me at Gmail. Email at the Gmail. Let's get into it. Okay, we start off with a free comic book day, Library of American Comics. This is reprints of old strips, I think. I mean, it's got Bloom County in here. I don't know if Archie was ever in strip. But Liquid Kill, number 2. Number 4. Number 5. I think this was Whatnot's attempt at doing a heavy metal type book. This is a book that, I don't know, I bought a collection and had like 20 or 30 of these in there, which is kind of weird because there's only 100 of them. It's called The Little Book of Inner Space, and it's signed and numbered by the artist. Like I said, there's only 100 of these things, and I think I've got 30 of them. So there you go. The Loner's Day Off, number 2. That's a Marvel book? Wow, never heard of it. Great Jason Pearson cover. Super artist. Too Fabulous Lost Vegas, number 1. This was an attempt to do a let me start over. An attempt to jumpstart the romance genre by Image. I think it's a anthology book. I never got around to reading it, but I did try to order it and support them, and it just didn't sell. It sold okay. When I say okay, I mean like maybe 1 out of every 3 or 4 issues sold. The rest just sat. So let's see what we have here. Issue 1. Another issue, number 1. Variant cover. I guess this has a Tom King story in it. Another variant cover of number 1. Guess I tried a few of these. Number 2. Do not see an issue number on this one. Did I write it on the back? Yep. This is also number 2. This is number 4. So there you see I sold a number 3. And I sold a 5 because then it jumps to 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 'Lissa's Love Stories to Live and Die For. Do not see a number. I think it's number 1. The B cover. Right. Next up, Mage, the Hero Defined. This is the 3D version of number 1. I don't know if the glasses are in there or not. Probably not for that price. Here's a number 8. Got a Magic Pickle, number 2. Malibu Sun, number 15. It's not the really valuable one, but still, $15 isn't bad. Number 21. Nice Jerry Ordway cover. Maniac of New York, issue 5. Maniac of New York, Don't Call It a Comeback, number 2. I think this is the same artist that did Bunny Mask, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we got some Ultraverse goodness here. Malibu. Mantra, number 22. This is after Marvel bought them, so you've got Loki, crossing over into the Ultraverse. We've got a giant size Mantra number 1. Mantra Spear of Destiny number 1. A number 4 of Necromantra. This is the Many Deaths of Layla Starr. This is the pen and ink, so they Boom started doing this with a lot of their titles. They'd go back and publish them in black and white. There might have been some new stuff in there. I'm not sure. They did it with Something Is Killing the Children, among other titles. I can't think of the other ones, but yeah, there you go. There's some pretty obscure indie stuff in here, guys. This is mostly indie. When I was going through purging, I tended to stick with Marvel and DC for the con stock for now, and so a lot of this stuff is going to be indie or Marvel and DC titles that I didn't think would sell, because I only have so much room on my table, so I had to be a little pickier. March Hare number 1 by the great Keith Giffen. The Marquis, Les Preludes by Guy Davis. Do not see a number on there. Measles number 7. Kind of an underground look to it. Millennium. This was a crossover event at DC. Lasted 8 issues. This might have been the first crossover after Crisis. I don't know. There's been so many. Maybe Invasion was in between there somewhere. Englehart and Staten on the art. That's the number 3. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And number 8. I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and he told me that Joe Staten apparently had been doing the Dick Tracy daily newspaper strip up until recently when he retired. So yeah, in case you guys are wondering what happened to Joe Staten, I'm sure you weren't, but more useless trivia for you. Speaking of Joe Staten, this is the Millennium Index. So this is like an encyclopedia, kind of sums up the characters and the events of what happened in Millennium. Eclipse used to like to do those. We've got a Mr. Miracle, not volume 1. Don't know what volume this is. That's kind of a cool cover. Mr. Miracle Special. This is great. It's by Steve Rude, who I personally am a big fan of. Great artist. Excuse me. The Modern Frankenstein number 1 by, this is Heavy Metal Press. Monarch number 2. Rodney Barnes, I think, is the writer of Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. Never got around to reading this series. Number 3. Variant of number 3. Number 5. 6. Monster High School number 3. Actually has a decent value, $11. Surprising. Moriarty from Sherlock fame. It's a nice cover, as is this. That was number 1. Number 4. We've got Murder Hobos, number 2. Something I ordered by mistake. I tell you guys, Scout, I just don't mess with them. They never sold in my store, and I think their whole line shortly after this went to $4.99, which does not help. The Neighbors, I'm not sure what number this is. I think it's number 1. Didn't write it on the bag. Newcomers, this is a fairly small press. Newcomers Illustrated, signed and numbered, number 5 out of 20. No price in that because I couldn't find any comps whatsoever. So who knows? Might be $1 million book. It's only 20 of them. New Wave number 9. Night Mask number 1. Number 4. Cover by the great Sandy Plunkett. Number 5, also Sandy Plunkett. I don't know whatever happened to Sandy Plunkett, great artist. Number 6, don't recognize that art style. 7, Mike Bair, another artist I liked. Did a lot of work for Eclipse before he went on to Marvel. Number 8, I think that's a Keith Giffen cover. Number 9, back to Plunkett. Look at that, that's just beautiful. Great artist. Very reminiscent of P. Craig Russell. And it's actually inked by Charles Vess. Very nice. Number 10. Speaking of P. Craig Russell, he inked this cover, drawn by Mark Bagley. I know there's a lot of Bagley fans out there from his Spider-Man days, which are still going, right? Isn't he doing... I don't know if he's still doing a Spidey book or not. Number 11, another beautiful Sandy Plunkett cover. What a great artist. Number 12, back to Mark Bagley. We've got Nightwalkers number 5. Got nothing on that series. Got some Ninja High School here. Ninja High School Annual number 12. I got to give this guy props. I mean, he's been around. Antarctic Press has just been around forever. I think Ninja High School is over 200 issues now, and just remarkable for small press to keep it going for this many years. Normal Man number 2. Early Jim Valentino before he went to Image and Marvel. And this is around the time when I had him in my store, along with Dave Sim, because Dave Sim was his publisher back then, Aardvark Vanaheim. So I got Dave Sim and Valentino to do signings. Thanks to Dan Votto. Thank you, Dan. Got a Nottingham number 1. No idea what printing this is. I don't think it's a first. Another one. This is a first printing, $20. I need to look that up. It's probably gone way down. Another number 1. Number 2. Another variant of number 2. Number 3. Another issue 3. 4. I said in a previous video, this book had a ton of heat right out of the gate. Number 5, but like so many series, has come back down to earth. Nth Man. Somebody told me the other day this was a good series, so I'm trying to put together a set and read it one of these days. Ron Wagner cover. Nuts number 2. Nth Man, the Ultimate Ninja number 3. Shouldn't be hard to put together a set. It's a fairly common series. Number 4. Number 5. Number 9. 11. Looks like a female Silver Surfer. It appears to be Galactus on the throne. Number 12. Let me jump to the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. This is the Update 89. I believe that's a Ron Frenz cover. Doing his best, Sal Buscema. We've got On Tyranny, the Free Comic Book Day version. Orcs number 6. Orcs number 5. Order and Outrage number 1. Jim Starlin and Rags Morales. Nice. Starlin wrote it, Rags drew it. Let's see if I have the whole set here. I think it was yeah, it is a 4-issue series. Number 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, let's put that aside. That's a set. I want to read that. Always like Starlin's writing. Okay, Ordinary Gods. Number 10, 11, and 12 by Kyle Higgins of Radiant Black fame. I think that says Outlaw 7. Yeah, there it is. Outlaw 7, number 1 from Dark Horse. Not a bad cover. We've got Frank Miller's Pandora, number 4. I tried to read this series, guys. I just couldn't get into it. Number 5. Penny Dora and the Wishing Box, number 1 from Dark Horse. The Pit. This was a prestige format, square bound. I believe this is a self-contained one-shot. Written by John Byrne and Mark Grunwald. Drawn by, I don't know if that's John or Sal Buscema, but either way, that's not bad. 2 good artists, one of them great artists. Poison Elves 52. It's a series I never got around to reading. Again, had a pretty good run. 53, 60. I mean, that's impressive to get that many issues. 61, 66. This is a mini-series, Lucifer and Lyrillith, number 4. That's a nice cover. We got a Power Pack 36, cover by the great John Bogdanov, inked by Hilary Barta. Powers, number 25, another series I need to read. Brian Michael Bendis, yeah, back when he was good. We've got Prime, number 1/2. Looks like a Norm Brayfogle cover. Yep, there's the signature. We've got a Prophet number 5 with a Stephen Platt cover. Number 7, also a Stephen Platt cover. Just about done here, guys. About 25 more books to go. This looks like a pretty much just a run of Cyforce to end things off here. Another part of the new universe, which was Marvel's attempt to, Jim Shooter's attempt to create a new Marvel universe to replace the original Marvel universe, which they were, at that time, this is what I heard, guys, take it with a grain of salt. I did have a store back then, so I was, privy to a lot of gossip, but they thought they were going to lose a lot of the characters, so that's why they were creating duplicates. That's why they had the Spider-Man black costume. You had Beta Ray Bill. You had Rhodey taking over as Iron Man, to try and dilute the characters, and to just make it seem like the creators had, it's look, we can switch these guys out at any time. And they also wanted to try and create their own new universe to possibly take the, I mean, I don't know how they could believe that would ever replace the Marvel universe, and it failed miserably. Nobody bought these titles. This is Cyforce number 5, covered by Texiera. That's early Texiera work. Number 6, also Texiera. Looks like he inked that one himself. Much better. 7, yep, Texiera. Teixeira, I don't know how to, I've heard it pronounced both ways, but number 8, good artist. Probably most famous for his Ghost Rider run. Number 10, and I'm not sure if he did the interior work or not, or just the covers. Number 11, 12, 13. That's Tom Greinberg doing his best Neil Adams impersonation. 14, back to Teixeira. 15, that's a nice cover. And here we go with the last stack here, guys. 16, the Ron Lim cover. I think he took over the interiors on the book around this time. 17, Ron Lim. 18, 19, 20, 24. Lee Weeks, always liked his art. 25, 29, 30, 31, and last but not least, Giant Size Annual #1. So it's a pretty complete, well, not complete, a fairly good run of Cyforce if anybody's interested. I can work you a deal on that. Probably be able to put together a full set eventually, but there's a pretty good chunk of it right there. So thanks again for watching. Here's all of our social, and we appreciate you guys. Take care.